guys, it's me. I'm bringing you a very special video review today. But first, I'd like to start off with this. I'm sorry my lighting is a little weird. One light in half my room went out, but I've got a lamp to help me, so I'm good. But this video review is not one, not two, not three, not even four, but 5 figures I just got done custom painting into a new set. They are the Dinobots, and I repainted the movie figures into their G1 counterparts. We've got Swoop, Slag, Snarl, Sludge, and Grimlock. I originally went with the Voyager, but I decided to go with the Leader. Leader's cool. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to review each and every single one of these figures in one video. Very special, but gonna be a very long ass video. So bear with me, people. Dinobots, charge and destroy. And we will start this video off by reviewing Swoop. Now, Swoop is the G1 repainted version of Strafe. The only major customization I did, I cut off his freaking 2 tails. Yeah, I didn't find any need for him. But yeah, obviously you see the color scheme of gold, red, blue, gray, pearl white, black. Yeah. Now, obviously you can see his accessories right here are these little swords that store underneath the wings here and here. Go ahead and remove them out of the way. Obviously, articulation-wise in Dino mode is hinged right here, connecting the jaw and top of the head. Rotates just below the head, somewhat. Articulation for won't be his shoulders in robot mode are hinged right here. And yeah, that's all you can do. Oh, and you can rotate. Can't bend here because it's pegged into the wings, but the wings tips can go in and out like that. You can use our waist articulation, but for pterodactyl mode, don't really need them. He's got hips articulation, swivels in the knees, and limited bend at the knee due to transformation. And yeah, his toesies can move. Now, for a figure that is a pterodactyl, the Lex class, very nice. Especially when you look at the wingspan, because let me fully extend this sucker. That's a giant ass wingspan. And yes, the red looks like a tattoo. I like it. What are you gonna do, sue me? But yeah, that's really it for pterodactyl mode. So I guess we can go ahead and start transformation. First, let me get my camera positioned right. First, we'll go ahead and work on the legs. Fold all the talons up if they're not. Pull these sections down like so. Rotate up here at this joint, just below the hip. Rotate 180 degrees. And then see this little tab right here? Will fit into a slot underneath the middle talon. Like so. And you have one Swoop robot leg. Do the same thing for the other side. Rotate 180 degrees. Rotate up and tab in. That's that. Now, arms. Just untab them. Bring them down. Things are the other side. Now, you can position his wings any way you want. But I like giving him like a bit of a cape. So go ahead and fold the wing tip in. Rotate it all the way around. Do the same thing for the other side. Fold the tip in. And just rotate around. Now he's got a bit of a cape. Now the heads. Go ahead and fold the heads all the way back like this. Split them apart. Rotate them at this joint right here, so you can see the sides of the head. And then at this hinge right here, untab and rotate down like so. Now this is how you can this is how the figure normally would have the heads, but I notice if I fold them down like this, kind of makes it a bit more badass and you can actually see the chest. And then just rotate the head up. And now you have Swoop in robot mode. I have to say, straight repainted into Swoop in robot mode, holy ass blasting awesomeness. This is badass. I'm sorry, this is badass. Let me zoom in on the head here a little bit. Because him and some of the other Dinobots don't have mouths, it's a little difficult to get the head right. So I just repainted mainly black with pearl white visor and some gold and red. Chest I repainted all in blue with pearl white. Everything else you saw in Dino mode. Posability, somewhat better, somewhat not. Head can move side to side and look up and down. Waist articulation you can use if you move the wings out of the way. Better waist articulation in robot mode. Same hinge and rotate because of the wing, but you can also rotate here, bend here, and tilt the hands up and down a little bit. And same leg or hips, swivels just below them. You can fully bend the sucker now, only backwards, not forward. And you can actually bend the lower part of the leg forward due to transformation. No feet articulation though. But I ain't complaining. Now, scale wise, in robot mode, there's Deluxe Drift. They're about the same height if Drift didn't have those two mini swords on his back. But, yeah, he's decent in robot mode. And if you guys haven't guessed, the beginning of the video showed them all in Dino mode. So I'm not doing Dino mode comparisons. Should have mentioned that earlier. Sorry, folks. But yeah, now you can use those accessories. Here's how you can have him hold him. You can store him on his wings, which I really don't like doing in robot mode. You hold him normally like this. And he and Drift can duel each other. But how I kind of pose his swords in his hands is I actually go ahead and reverse grip his swords. If I can get it in right. That's what she said. But yeah, I go ahead and give him reverse gripped swords. Like that. Definitely cool. Alright, now that was Swoop, and now on to the next figure, which is Slag. And here we have custom painted Slag out of Slug. Now obviously you can tell he's mostly gray with gold and red and some either silver or pearl white, I can't remember. But these bits right here are still factory painted figure. This is still the actual figure, these silver bits right here on these front legs. But yeah, everything else was painted. Go ahead and remove his swords. These are just soft rubbery plastic swords that you just fit in through the little holes on the sides, which the robot hands are actually hidden up behind. But yeah, go ahead and get these out of the way. show you a better close-up look of his face. Now, originally I was just going to do these 3 horns in red, but then I looked at these 2 on his jaw, like, gotta. Just looking at it from in front, he looks badass. But yeah, gold head. It's pretty much mostly gray in dino mode. I painted all these spikes in gold, and these spikes are also soft rubbery plastic. The tails is soft rubbery plastic, so this part of the tail at least. This is just regular plastic. All the horns here are soft rubbery plastic too. His jaws too. Bottom part of the jaw. And his teeth. But yeah. That's that. Articulation wise, moving jaw. Limited joints right here in front legs. Bends. Hind legs, all you get is toes. Tail. That's pretty much it. Now I'll go ahead and start transforming him. He's going to be a little difficult, but yeah. He's probably the more difficult of the deluxe figures. Go ahead and fold up his tail, fold this panel up. Now normally there's tabs here that tab into underneath here, but you never really do. So go ahead and do that. And then rotate out his robot feet. Take his back feet, feet, fold them inside like that, then rotate these entire sections down, and then bring the straighten the legs out like this. And he's got his robot legs. Now, this is where it gets a little confusing. Go ahead and untab these sides from what will be the middle of the figure. Bring these down. Well, bring them down and around. As you do that, go ahead and rotate these up so you can get them out of the way a little easier. Then go ahead and split the entire head in 2. It helps if you start by the jaw and then work your way down. And as you split them, as you pull it away, rotate the dinosaur head halves down. Pull them away for now. And then once you get to a certain point, you can go ahead and rotate these down a little bit. Not fully. Go ahead and rotate out his hand. Take this panel right here. Rotate it around. Now you got a forearm. Do the same thing for the other side. Rotate the hand out. Fold the panel over. Now you got forearms. Now you can go ahead and I rotate the forearms up so you can go ahead and fully rotate these dino legs down and bend them to reveal this little tab right there. Same thing for the other side. Rotate down and bend to reveal tab. Now you can go ahead and fully extend the heads apart, to fully fill in his robot chest. And fold down the heads while doing so. Now these tabs right here will go into these slots that the side of the dino mode was. Locks them in. Like so. Same thing for the other side here. Alright. Go ahead and situate his arms. Fold these 2 pieces of a crest over. Like so. Pull up his head. Straighten him out. And now there is Slag in robot mode. Slag in robot mode looks pretty hefty, actually. More like a Popeye with his giant ass forearms. I'm not even going to attempt a Popeye voice. Not going to try. But yeah. He was probably the most difficult to transform with the paint on. Granted, there's paint wear on him, but I kind of like how the paint wear kind of is like battle damage almost in areas. But yeah, give a good zoom in on his head. Again, doesn't have a mouth, so I just painted it black with silver. Actually, the top of the head is actually the regular paint on the figure. The mouthpiece right here is pearl white or silver. I don't know, they're both the same to me, really. Chest is red with all the spikes in like a pearl white or silver. Yeah, it's pearl white on here. Gold here, black, gold, grays, and reds, and polka dots, and I'm mumbling. Gotta stop. But yeah, definitely a bit more heftier than Swoop. Robot comparison, since I'm grabbing it, here's the custom stinger I did a while back. Definitely a little taller. But it's Bumblebee. Bumblebee's always short. It used to be a Bumblebee, now it's Stinger. But but yeah, definitely heftier. And articulation. Head, up and down, and rotates. Not all the way, though. Shoulders. Technically, he's got 2 shoulder joints. One to rotate up the dino head halves. And ball joint in the shoulder. Swivel underneath that. Rotates at... swivel bends at the elbow. And hinge rotates the hand on both arms. Waist articulation. Definitely a lot better than Swoop's. Hip, ball jointed hips, swivels just underneath them, bends at the knee, bends here due to transformation, and the feet are hinged due to transformation. Let's see, what else can I point out the fact? Oh yeah, his swords. Forgot about that. Now his swords, you can have him hold them 2 different ways. You have them hold them like this, have this edge chop people in half, or how I like to do it, because this little point comes out more. I go ahead and put that point facing away from the figure, make it actually seem like he's holding 2 sweet looking lances, not lances, reverse dead swords. But yeah, he's definitely a bad mamma jamma. But now to move on to probably the best of the 3 deluxe figures I painted, Snarl. And here we have the final deluxe figure in the set, Snarl, the Stegosaurus. Now obviously Snarl originally was green, and you could kind of see some green in some of the hinges, but yeah, he's mostly gray with a shitload of gold. Not even joking. I mean, the whole spines are gold, tip of the tail's gold, head's gold, these are gold. Even these parts on the back legs are gold. Oy. But yeah, accessory-wise, the only thing you can take off of Dino Mode is this, which extra fin, it becomes a little axe blade handle weapon. We'll show that off in Robot Mode. Now, I literally think this guy is better than the deluxes in Dino Mode by far. Obviously, you can tell. Articulation in Dino Mode. Head is hinged and mouth opens. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it's hinged right there. Hinged right here at the base of the neck almost. Ball jointed at the front leg, upper legs. Hinged right here to bend forward. And these can bend forward and back here, but these become elbows in Robot Mode. Tail doesn't rotate. definitely. But look at the size of him. Damn. That's huge. Go ahead and get a good look at him real quick. But yeah. Start transformation. And go ahead and just actually split the tail in half here. And go ahead and remove this. We'll go over that later in Robot. Take these tabs right here on the back legs and put them in these slots on the tail, outer part of the tail, like so. And go ahead and actually rotate at the hinge right here, all the way up, and then rotate down on the hinge that's inside here. Same thing for the other side. Rotate it up, rotate down. Untab this entire front section of the dinosaur mode from torso, from these two slots right here, and these two tabs right here. Now go ahead and extend the legs down, rotate his waist, and clip it into the top portion of the robot. Then go ahead and split the entire front of the dino mode. Now you see a faux head here. You'll see why. Kind of rotate the foot down and out of the way so you can straighten the head. Rotate it inside so you can fill in this gap. That's why they left the faux neck and head on the other leg. Rotate the foot down. Rotate the foot down. And then just go ahead and bend the bottom part of the front leg down and rotate it up like so. Really can't fold them behind anything. Kind of just out there. Go ahead and bring down, rotate the shoulders a little bit. Go ahead and rotate the forearms until you get him to the side, because he's going to have gorilla arms just like the other Dinobots. Rotate the hand. Rotate again. Rotate the hand. Almost done, folks. Almost done. And take this gold fin section, rotate it down, and then split it right in half. Kind of gives him like little mini stego spine wings. And then the last thing you've got to do is rotate his head out. And there you go. And there we have Snarl in his badass robot mode. Okay, I'm just going to repeat myself. Snarl is definitely the best out of the deluxes in both Dino and robot mode. For comparisons real quick, there's Swoop, there's Slag, there's Snarl. Definitely badass of the three. Go ahead and bring him down so I can show you more. Yeah, definitely. I gave this guy a visor because he kind of has a built-in mouth actually for one of the deluxe figures. So he has a blue visor with white jaw, little black teeth in the middle, and painted the head black. The torso is mostly red with a little bit of pearl white and black. And he's got a gray waist with a pretty much gold. He's got a gold red legs. Pretty much everything else is from Dino mode. Now, I'm going to point out the fact that these two sections right here on the shoulders, these two pads, I put crazy glue on them so the paint wouldn't rub off, and it's working out pretty well so far. Except for this little chipped area right here, but I ain't complaining. Articulation-wise. Can't really rotate his head because the back of his head is jutting outward, stopping from full rotation. And you can rotate his head down, but not up. Hinge shoulders right here, do transformation. These if you move these spines out of the way, you can go ahead and actually give them full rotation in the shoulders, in and out, rotates here. It can rotate a little bit here, inside here, because there's a giant swivel right here, but it's kind of pointless. Again, bends at the elbows, rotations at the hands. No waist articulation due to transformation. Ball jointed hips. Definitely get a lot of movement. Although in and out kind of sucks. Swivels, bends, hinged feet. And I'm sorry if you guys didn't see that. And obviously due to transformation, you can angle this as how you want, but it's supposed to be flat and open like this. Now, to go over his accessories, you've got spiked tail, thin axe blade. Now, you can have them hold them in separate pieces like this, or how it pretty much is supposed to do is go ahead and unfold this like so. And see this little slot right here? This will go just above this little post, like here. You just slide it on like so. If I can get it in there. Pull it all the way, and now you have a giant axe. And yes, I know there's paint wear that's really unavoidable, but I ain't complaining much. It gets hidden in Dino mode. And I kind of pose these in either Dino mode or Robot mode. In Robot mode, it gets hidden by the hand. In Dino mode, you don't see it at all. But yeah, he's got an axe. Definitely the biggest weapon of the deluxes. Let me check. Yep, definitely bigger. Oh yeah, he's got the biggest weapon of the deluxes too. The girls will surely love him. As soon as I find any female Transformers, for crying out loud. God. But yeah, that is Snarl in Robot mode. And now to move on to the Voyager of the group, Sludge. Chop chop. And here we have the Brachiosaurus, Sludge. And he is one spiky futtermucker. Yes, I said futtermucker. Deal with it. Definitely got a bit of weight to him, a little bit. Go ahead and remove these little spike things, which nobody really knows what the hell they are. They're just there. And go ahead and actually angle this camera down a little bit. Come on, don't follow me here. Yay. Go ahead and rotate this up. And these lances literally become his robot mode lances. Come on. Cooperate with me here. Yeah. Definitely huge. Go ahead and do the same thing for the other side here. There we go. But yeah, let's get a closer look. He was probably the easiest of them all to paint. Mostly because he was mostly gray already. I just added some silver, a little bit of extra gray, gold, and red. That's about it. These spikes here, this whole section right here is rubbery plastic. Soft rubbery plastic. So yeah. But yeah, this is all hard plastic here. Head is hard plastic. This section right here is soft rubbery plastic. Articulation for Dino mode. Kind of leads into Robot mode a little bit. Head is on a hinge. Mouth opens. Swivels right here in the middle of the neck. Rotates. Let me show the swivel here again. Yeah. Swivel right there. Rotate down here. these rotate, but really serve for robot mode. And you can rotate these, do a transformation. Fix the camera here so I can show you and stop talking and not showing. Yeah, you can tight rotating joints. It's loose here because of full transformation. Can bend these. That's it. Wait, he's definitely huge for a Voyager. Now, transformation. This is going to be a little... Whew. First you want to go ahead and do is rotate the head and part of the neck down. Fold the head down. And actually rotate the head all the way down at this joint. Rotate the rest of the head down, like so. And then take this soft rubbery bit, fold it all the way up. Then go ahead and separate the tail right here. And untab the entire middle section, like so. And then fold them away. Now this is where things get a little weird. Bend here at the back legs, like so. Rotate at the swivel just above the knee, like there. Fold up the spike that's in the back of the dino leg. Rotate this take all this, pull it out to the side. Rotate the foot down, like so. And then just bring it down. Just lift the spike up enough so you can rotate all this around. This little tab right here will fit into this little slot right where my finger is. And lock that into place. And then go ahead and just collapse everything together. And this little tab right here will fit into this little slot somewhat decently. Yeah. Then just rotate, fold the tail around, and there you have one leg. Now, do the same thing for the other side here. Rotate, fold up spike, fold all the way out, rotate up. Oh, don't forget the foot. Fold all the way in. Tab in, rotate, fold in, tab together, mumble like an idiot. I'm sorry if I mumble at this point of the review, guys. I'm kind of long. Yeah. Try. This side doesn't want to stay tabbed in for some reason. There. Stay. Sorry about that. And I'm starting to lock up here. Ugh. Have fun. This is where the rest of the transformation goes very, very easily. Go ahead and rotate this back a little bit. But for that, untab this section right here. These two sections clip together. And then just fold the legs down. Like that. Oh, this will help if you fold this back as well. Yeah, you fold this back and then collapse these two panels right here to form his chest, revealing Dino head. Then accordion this all the way up and tab it in behind the chest panel, like so. Fold this down, rotate the arms down, and then just fold these panels in, kind of semi lock it in, but it's still pretty loose, like so. Yeah, it's still kind of loose, but at least covers it. Now go ahead and rotate the forearm 90 degrees towards the figure, fold out the hand, fold down the foot, like that, and pull it out, like so. Don't know why they have you do that, but go ahead. And you can go ahead and rotate the shoulder pad up. Same thing for the other side. Fold the hand in. Rotate, and then fold the hand in. Pull out. Fold down, pull up. There you have the mighty Sludge in robot mode. Here we have Sludge, the burly motherfucker. I mean, he's definitely way burlier than freaking Slag. I mean, I thought Slag had gorilla arms, but Sludge, damn! Enough about that. Obviously, you can see the red on here, gold. That's about it. Yeah. Just folded up Dinobots, really. Well, they all are, but he's literally just a folded up dino. Shell former, almost. Get a close up on the head. Head is definitely detailed, but it's mostly painted black. Everything else you pretty much saw in Dino mode. Head slightly rotates, but definitely can go up all the way, like gonna fly. Shoulders definitely are more rotate. Shoulders are definitely good. Rotation joint, bends, swivels just underneath that, bends both ways at the elbow. And due to articulation, transformation, hand and forearm armor. Waist articulation. Okay, full rotation in waist. A little surprising for this figure, but okay. The hips go forward and back, but the tail pieces collide with each other. They go in and out, but again, these collide with each other. Swivels just above the knee, bends at the knee, and hinged feet. Oy. This guy's definitely a bit difficult to position or pose. But yeah. His legs, on the other hand, I mean, good God. What kind of bell bombs are these? Extra, extremely extra large? God damn. But enough about that. Go ahead and look at his accessories. Now, these things. Still don't know what the hell they're supposed to be, but they just go back on the shoulders like so. Tab. Port. Yay! Another tab. Another port. Yay! Now you can store his weapons on these things. His weapons like this. Store them back onto here. But if you go ahead and fold up the handles like so and form little spiked guards, you can hold these motherfuckers. And go ahead and peg him in, put him in his hands like so. Yeah, definitely a fighter. Definitely need a little bit of room when holding his swords, but yeah, he's definitely worth it. And this was probably the shortest bit of robot mode and articulation. So let's go ahead and start the last figure, the king of the Dinobots himself. And finally, we have the big bad leader of the Dinobots himself, Grimlock. Now, like I said, I chose the leader instead of the Voyager. Why? Because I can. Then it looks kind of cool. Scale-wise, it's off, but I really don't care. Now, as you can tell, Dino mode is mostly gray, except for the bits of gold I painted on the legs and the unpainted chrome bit right here. Let's see. Articulation in Dino mode is limited to jaw opening and closing, little dino arms rotating and bending. Aw, he's waving. Hi, peoples! And the legs have articulation, but I'll save that for robot mode. Accessory-wise, he doesn't really have any, but to start transformation here, you actually got to untab this entire tail section right here. Now, normally it would tab in right here, but the two tabs actually snapped off. But I find that it still tabs in pretty well with this tab right here, and that slot right where my finger is. Set the entire tail section out of the way. What you want to go ahead and do is first straighten and rotate the dino arms down so they're flush with the little sides right here. Then untab the chrome bit and lift it up just slightly. And then untab these bottom panels from the backs of the hips of robot mode. And then go ahead, untab the sides here. And then untab the inner thighs. And then rotate this entire dino head assembly down. Legs, just go ahead and straighten them up a little bit. Rotate these little rubber spikes out. And then fold both sides of his legs until little tabs fit into the joint right here. And then collapse the little spikes. And all you gotta do for the foot is rotate around and collapse it. So this little hooked tab goes into this slot right here. Like so. Also, go ahead and rotate it at the thigh. Rotate the foot around and fold up his boot spike. And my shoulders start to lock up on me, which isn't good. Straighten the leg up. Fold out the little rubber spikes. Come on. Fold the sides of the leg. Fold in the little rubber spikes. Rotate and fold in the foot until it slots in. Rotate the foot. Fold out boot spike and rotate the thigh so you can see his legs. And there you have the lower half of robot mode. Now the easy part, I guess. What you'll go ahead and do is take these two panels right here, untab them, rotate them down, and then bring the dino head assembly up a little bit. These sections right here, they untab from this slot back here, and then take the tab and peg it into this slot that's close right here where my finger was. Like so. And then go ahead and rotate this little section up. This little rubber bit up. Same thing again, untab, retab, rotate it up, and now go ahead and slide the entire torso of robot mode all the way down to reveal his head. Almost done, people. Almost done. Go ahead and rotate his arms down. Rotate him around. Fold his dino feet up into the back of the forearm. Rotate his hand up. Fold his hand up and then rotate it. Do the same thing for the other side. Fold up dino foot. Fold back dino foot. Fold up hand. Rotate hand. Now for the fun part here. Untab these little neck piece sections like so and split the dino head in half. And then take the jaw pieces, rotate them around, and then peg them into the other side of the dino head. Same thing here. Rotate, peg in, like so. And then take this tab right here, put it into this little slot that you can barely see where my thumb is. Tab it in like so. Go ahead, straighten this up. And then just take these little pegs right here, slide them in to these little holes right here, and then slide them down to lock them into place. So you can give him his T-Rex shoulder pads. Do the same thing for the other side. Straighten them up. And then you have Grimlock in his tall ass but badass robot mode. Now, robot mode is definitely a bit more color. Obviously, you still see the gray. You see the gold for the chest, red midsection, and bits of gray on the legs. Definitely tall. For his size comparison, go ahead and compare him to the rest of the Dinobots here. Obviously, he's definitely taller than the deluxe figures. Get my lamp out of the way. And he's Sludge, almost call him Slog, is about half of Grimlock's height, little more than half, up to his torso, his midsection. But go ahead and get him down so I can show off articulation. Articulation in robot mode. Head, side to side. Actually, it rotates side to side full 360 degrees. No, it doesn't move up or down. The shoulder pads are articulated due to these little swivel joints right here. But you risk untabbing these little rubber collarbone stuff. His actual arms, normally this would ratchet, but I took out the ratcheting gimmick, so it just swivels. And then click, it unlocks so you can bend his arm out. Swivels at the elbow, a full 360 degrees. Bends backward a little bit at the elbow and bends a whole lot forward. And due to transformation, wrist can go up and down, and you can rotate the hand. No waist articulation, but the hips, if you move the arms out of the way, and go forward and back, in and out. This swivels at the thigh, bends at the knee, and the foot can rotate around and swivel up and down. Now, sorry about that. Accessory wise, go ahead and untab his tail piece sections and focus on this bit right here. Go underneath, push this little section out so you can rotate it out, and flip this up to reveal spikes, and you have a shield, which obviously take the tab right here and put it into the slot in the middle toe of his dinosaur foot, like so. Now to give him his mace, try not to get that Grimlock to freaking fall. Just untab these two tail sections right here, swing them out to the side, lift this entire slide this entire assembly up like so, and then this little dual peg bit will go into these holes right here. And now you have his giant ass mace, which go ahead and put it in his other hand. Now you can have him hold it near the top here, or as I like to do it, slide it all the way through his hand and get more damage to cause. Yeah. Do you have Grimlock armed to the teeth and ready to whoop some ass? Even though Prime bitch slapped his ass, which was funny as hell. But enough about that. Definitely a better repaint than the Voyager, I think. Now go ahead and put him back up with the Dinobots. Let me move my lamp so you can get a better view of them. There you have all 5 Dinobots ready to whoop some major Decepticon ass. Or some Autobot ass if they don't want to listen to them, which is half the time. But yeah, that's been my Age of Extinction / G1 Dinobot custom set review. May Schwartz be with you.